Welcome to the show. Was just chopping it up with Discover Crypto and all the altcoin freaks that are out there. Are we going to zero? Is the world coming to an end, Drew? Tell me, are we dying? Well, you know what? We got some wobbly times. Crypto insiders, people that have been around in Ethereum are dumping major bags at these newly discovered low levels. Billie Eilish might get deported, and I am buying more in Bitcoin. That is right. I am buying more Bitcoin in this environment. On this episode, I will indeed explain why. And we got a lot of news to cover today. And then I'm going to be bringing up a great friend to the channel to go over some of his charts. Great person that kept me based as my heart wanted to go up. He's like, no. He was saying no. The quant said no. Both of these people helped me make more Tether on the way down to these levels. So huge shout out. Now, make sure to follow me at Drew Weidert here. I'm no longer at Drew's Crypto on Twitter. I'm just using my basic name. And this is the current state of the crypto union. First trending is Grok Imagine 1.0. Second, Goyim, and then XRP Ledger, and then Satan. So this is how things are going on Twitter. In case you were curious, things are getting a little bit frisky. Now, there's a lot of complaints, and understandably so, a lot of blue balls on the worst Bitcoin cycle in history, right? And we can just compare this. We have our current situation where they overlap, Bitcoin's cycles with each other. But guys, guess what? Bitcoin was in the, few billion, $10 billion market cap. And, then we go up to the 50, 100 billion, then a couple 100 billion market cap. Now we're in the trillions. Okay. So $1 trillion market cap in our current situation, which is the black line, is a much harder ball to move to the upside. So is it disappointing, right? Can we freak out about price action? Honestly, we hit $126,000, and a lot of altcoins had multiple short-term alt seasons, right? We had the AI adjacent altcoin season in March of 24. We had the AI agent direct altcoin season and meme season at the end of 2024. And then in the 2025 timeframe, that's where the real bludgeoning, where the real exits started to happen for VC insiders on these altcoins. The vaporware, we're heading to the exit door. And if you're feeling bad about how this has gone, just remember that Facebook spent $73 billion on this. Okay. Facebook spent $73 billion on the metaverse, right? Because flu season is going to last forever. We're all going to be working from home. Wrong. And Facebook is still paying the piper on that. What up, Elise? Justin, I got Crank in the background. He's trolling the chat. Get in, losers. Let's go. And this is the time frame where, the patient and the based will be rewarded in the long term. The people that will ask you as you remind them you bought Bitcoin at the lows, how did you get so lucky? It's not luck. It's focus. It's determination. It's grit, right? We have something coming out with Trump later today. I believe this is a closed door meeting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, saying that he's going to address quantitative easing, interest rates, and a move to potentially try to hoist up the markets ahead of the midterms. Not surprised by this, but he's probably going to be discussing some of the things going on in Iraq. Let's have a listen to Trump's statement yesterday and then kind of digest the rest of it.
Where will they be? And what you need to hear from Iran?
The rollover, but they are negotiating. They'd like to do something, and we'll see if something is going to be done. They had a chance.
Being kind of aloof. We'll see if we can do something. We'll see if something's going to be done. This is after U.S. military shot down an Iranian drone that approached U.S. Navy aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea. U.S. officials have told Reuters, right? So there was 2 drones sent towards this aircraft carrier, shot down one of them, and it looks like that's all that's happened. But we do have to remind ourselves, remember those gas explosions, right? And all these random little explosions that were going on, in this area. It's really, they sell the idea that, everything's fine. Don't worry. We're going to go be peaceful. And then they're moving aircraft carriers with the other hand. So I'm watching that situation. Another situation unraveling here is with Binance. The last 3 dives down on Bitcoin, Binance has indeed led the way on spot selling. Binance is still selling, probably going to get more updated data at the end of today with those freaking sell blocks from Binance directly. And also this, my heart loves, a Los Angeles law firm offers to evict friend of the channel, Billie Eilish, from her mansion on behalf of the Tongva tribe here. Billie Eilish admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action of possession as the true owner of the property. This is huge. 30-day notice is already written and ready to be served. And this is tagged real estate lawyer Sinai law firm. So shout out to this. I'm actually quite curious to see. It'd be absolutely amazing to see Billie Eilish kicked off of her own stolen land after all the idiotic things that she has said. And people are showing up at her house. This is getting weird. People are showing up at the Eilish residence here. I want to make sure that I actually can turn the volume up on this before I go into this. Whole layout of my computer is weird. Let's go into this. Let's pull this up full screen.
And Billy, and we think we should be given access to your quite lovely $3 million mansion. Hello, Ben Leo from The Late Show Live on GB News. Do you remember when Billie Eilish said this at the Grammys?
No one is illegal on stolen land. Nice is all I want to say, sorry.
Well, Billy reckons there's no such thing as an illegal human because we're all on stolen land. So we're here in Billy's quite posh neighborhood in Los Angeles. Let's go and see if she practices what she preaches. Hopefully, if she sticks by her merits, she'll have no problem with me waltzing in, maybe making a cup of coffee or a tea. $3 million home. She's got some paddocks out the back with stables and horses.
$3 million home.
Go for a horse ride. I'm sure she'd have no problem with it because she stood up on the stage at the Grammys, tens of thousands of people watching in the audience, millions around the world. The clip's gone viral. Here we go. Oh, nice little place. Bins are out. It's bin collection day. First of all, isn't that ironic? Massive gates keeping people out. I thought Billy didn't believe in borders.
No vibes. Where's the vibes that she says are so good at her place? Right?
Well, according to the driveway, Billy does believe in borders.
It feels like he's trying to enter the NSA headquarters with that. I love this comment. Mullet, pea coat, scarf, metrosexual redneck. You know, metrosexual is an interesting term. Metrosexual is an interesting term. I don't know about if I really fit into the metrosexual, but I will say that pea coats allow for this, right? Pea coats allow for extra magazines, which I was appendix carry for years, right? And the current environment ignited the idea to potentially add more mags to my loadout here. So I hope that that thing with Billie Eilish plays out. But I want to bring up my buddy here, Mr. Crypto Crank. How are you doing?
What's going on, Drew? I'm
nice
doing great, man. Thank you.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
America.
So there's a lot of freaking out. You've seen it on the timeline, right? People are just... I'm starting to hear some kind of crazy things. Maybe I'll disagree with you on the lows here, but the general direction is undeniable of Bitcoin, right? It's been that way, I think, since we lost 96K. It's felt like fake outs. I've been trading it like each pump up was a fake out. And now we're starting to hit that price to produce zone and the green lines that I've had on my charts for a really long time. I bought a lot of Bitcoin yesterday. What do you think? Am I in danger with what I just did?
No, I said that man, we're in a bear market, dude. We're obviously in a clear bear market. Bitcoin's top is in for I when we got that structural break, man, of $80,000, it's Bitcoin top is in for this. This is typical 4-year cycle, man. There's only a handful of us that are staying unbiased. We're just sticking to the charts, but throughout this cycle, dude, between 116, 107s, 100s, 90s, 98s, we just lost 80s. At this point, euphoria leaves, and now it's just time to just stick to the charts. Yeah. And I've been through a handful of different cycles, man, and I've been there. I've been euphoric. I've been, there's always another... there's always something. First, it was the money supply, and then the printing, and then the Genius Act, and all these hopeful things, dude. Well, yeah. I hope everybody at this point understands that it's a nothing burger, and you just need to take it for what it is for right now. And when we look at these charts, Drew, other than Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. I'm a trader. I'm a Bitcoin maxi, and I do believe that Bitcoin's going to $1 million. But as far as the charts are concerned, dude, it's very clear to see, dude, the 4-year cycle is intact. This is a bear market year as we go in. 2026 up until December should be a bloodbath. The rest of the year.
Can I ask you a question about the structure of the 4-year saga? Because the last pullback we had was 75%, but it brought us right to the price of produce. Now I think, what have we pulled back by, like 50% from that top?
Almost every cycle, dude, the price to produce gets battle tested. And I hope really everybody understands that CryptoFace said it best. When you invite the devil to dance with these ETFs, dude, these guys, BlackRock did not gain wealth until 2011 when they bought everything after 2008. Well, they entered our space, dude. They entered our space, and do not be surprised, dude, if, 50K, dude, 50K, 50, 55K. These miners are going to, dude, there's always going to be miner capitulation every single cycle. Every cycle.
And we haven't started to see that yet, right? Like
no. And this is what I'm waiting for, dude. I'm waiting for the miner capitulation, but it's real simple, dude. If we just go from our highs to my targets, dude, I think you're going to see 50. I don't diminish gains, diminish returns, diminish losses as well. I don't think 75, it's gone from 84.4, 81%. I think you're going to be right around this 50, 60%, dude, this time around. And it's very simple target, dude. I don't think, because it's always skewed when you have these numbers from 63 to 15. There's that 76er that we're talking about, dude. And again, I'm a simple trader. I'm a fib trader, man. And just very, very simple. The more that Bitcoin becomes an institutional asset, the more the algorithms are going to be using these tools. It's very simple, dude. My box right now is coming down right into this $54,000. This is going to have minor capitulation of a $10,000 spread, $20,000 spread. This is going to be hurting Master and their Bitcoin treasury. This is going to be max pain, dude. And we have not seen max pain yet, bro. This is I could see it happening, dude.
And like people just like sad, but you're right. I mean, I haven't seen like the max pain come out of crypto Twitter or people from the old school. So, and I want to ask you something too, if we could expand upon it. So you're only about like 10K off of where I'm expecting like the strongest bounce point to be. And what I was looking at was essentially the point of control where the most ETF buyers came in that range. That's right there to the left. It's the 60, or basically where we range from 49K up to 75K, right? That spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So right up in here.
Yeah. So I was like looking at it, and most of the ETF buyers from that IBIT ETF are sitting right at about like 65, which is that what that purple box to the right is? Is that where 65, or what got in your mind to create that?
This particular box right here, dude, is that there's levels to the downside where I'm expecting a bounce. All right. So when we look at, if I just clean up everything, we'll just clean it all the way up. I took a insane long, man, right in here on this dip. All right. Right on this dip, right in here, actually. And we could see that if we just pull the fib from this low to this high, there's that golden pocket where we had it multiple touches on the way up for our first time here. Before this new candle was created right there, you could see that it also held right there on the same golden pocket. So I took the dead cat bounce, but I get the $65,000 added to this level right here. If this level has been playing out, this big range between this 50,000 and here, and I say, okay, this is actually Bitcoin's range, then I don't think we're just going to drop straight to my 50K target. We're going to have this bounce, and it's going to fall right here into this to this level. So if I just clean everything up, I do think that Bitcoin, this will be our next bounce zone, which is really about a 10% drop, dude. It's nothing. You know what I mean? A 10% drop, guys, for Bitcoin is very, very easy to achieve. So I'd be looking for the next bounce. But when I say that we're inside of again, totally different momentum all the way up, momentum grinding all the way up, this is different. This is short the bounces, man. This is short you short this to this target, dude. Very, very simple when we're looking at something like this. So again, let's go to my parallel channel. Oops, let's take this
Well,
off
and
here.
the layout of this would bring price action to the downside all the way to 2027, which I think might get people confused. Are you expecting downside all the way for like the next 2 years with this outlook?
No, just this year. Just this year. And then we're going to start into a accumulation phase. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be something very similar to where if I was just to draw, like we get into our bottom and we did like a, let's just say like a bars pattern. Give me a second here. Let's go to my, it's right. Hold on, man.
There's some good
Here we
chats I
go.
want to address after we get through this. Yeah, I'm loving it. For some reason, like a lot of the chats aren't loading quickly, but I'll get to your
Here
guys'
you go.
chats in a sec.
There you go, dude. Here's the we get this accumulation phase right into here into the 50s. We get that total of a 50-60% pullback. We do something very identical to this, dude. And I'm here to tell you, based off of BlackRock, based off of the heavy, again, there's always distribution and accumulation phases. And this is the way these ETFs make these people a lot of money. But you guys got to remember, dude, that these people over the last 1 year, it's only been 1 year, they have not been battle tested in this market. Me and
Not
you
at
have
all.
been battle tested they haven't
Not at
been, dude, these people are still sitting fat and healthy and sitting here. BlackRock's made a boat ton of money on all of the fees and the accumulations and the disbursements. These people have not been battle tested, dude. And I think that's going to, if this is an institutional bull run, it's going to be no different than people taking the 40% drawdowns on Tesla. If Tesla can have these 40% drawdowns and
did you see Oracle too?
Dude, Oracle. Dude,
you should pull up Oracle. Well, I mean, let's stay on the Bitcoin chart, but really, I wanted to expand on something that you said that is very true, and we got to keep in mind is we have not seen true minor capitulation, which we did. We did see that minor capitulation hit really heavy levels when we fell from like 19K down to 15K at like the super low bottom right there. Right. At the bottom of that was a minor capitulation and FTX, which helped us with that nasty red candle that brought us below the price to produce by a good degree. But in general, like this range that we're now starting to peek our little pecker into from when these ETFs were released and kind of the general purple box you have highlighted there is not too crazy and honestly a pretty reasonable level to be looking at. Well, for me, I'm accumulating, like I'm buying, right? Like I have a plan. You know,
think
so
about this too, dude. This is also our first cycle. Well, rates are peak high. Think of if these miners don't sell, they have a boat ton of debt in order to keep operations afloat.
Yeah,
dude. If these you do the macro spaces all the time when you're saying that these miners and the debt and eventually we're going to cut rates and money supply and the money printers and quantitative easy begins. But dude, what if this stays tightened for another 6-7 months during this capitulation?
Well, responsibility would say that they increase rates with all the data that we have.
Bro, if this miners are going to capitulate, and I think we're going to get this final flush out, dude. But then there's always, every single cycle, there's always new players.
Yeah.
And you have guys like Kevin O'Leary talking about he just bought a dam to create a mining facility. You got dude, there's always these big players that want to take some of this hash power, dude. And if the current players, man, are tied to this debt at these 4-5% rates, brother, it's unsustainable. I'm just telling you, and again, I'm just thinking about it because I want cheap Bitcoin. I plan on I'm taking all of these wins from January. I plan on buying me 5, 6, 7 more Bitcoin and adding to my like you said, it's for our kids. But at this point right now, man, I think the hopium and the euphoric is out. It's just strictly coming down to technical analysis. It's an if-then scenario. Yeah, I don't know if it's coming down, but I tell you what, dude, me and what we got going on, we've caught every one of these moves. Your quant has caught these moves. If he's not, I'm just telling you, he's catching these same things. And it's just
really nice, I gotta say, to have you and the quant watching our back, and because like I spend most of my time like editing or getting news articles understood and not sending people down the general wrong path of knowledge, right? Because there's a lot of retards out there saying stupid shit, and so most of my time is spent kind of weeding through that. And before I get to this great chat, I want to say you mentioned rates, right? I was actually in the bank yesterday because I'm getting ready to buy another house. And I am keeping the old house. I'm not going to sell the old house because the interest rate's too low. But it was funny hearing how confused the banker was over the Federal Reserve interest rates, right? Because she's like, the Federal Reserve like lowered a little bit, so I don't understand why the mortgages aren't coming down. And I literally had to correct the bank manager and be like, you know that mortgages are tied to Treasury yield, right? Like you understand that there's two different things at play here. You have to understand. And it was just it was a great reminder on how uninformed even the people that lead banks are. Like I was just like, are you serious? You don't understand that? I want to go through this. This is the best one. Preparing for war. What does it say about crypto if the bottom indicator is always people going bankrupt or losing everything? I have my own opinions about this, but what would you say to that? I want to get your take on this before I give my take on it. What do you think about this comment?
Crypto's changed this cycle. I feel kind of, I was in a big spaces, man. And we were talking about this particular cycle, man, on how euphoric it's been. And it's kind of sad, man, that crypto is just being demolished right now. And you're right. The fact that we're coming into bankruptcies and people losing everything and alt season being promised and it's not happening, but it's been a Bitcoin only super cycle. Not even our boy Ethereum could put in a new high. And now
that was jacked up.
ETH is getting ready to crash into $1,500 again, guys. Get ready. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. Like, dude, we just almost touched $2,050, and it's Benjamin Cowan had it. 2021, $2,100. 2022, $2,100. 23.
We had a season though. I want to say that there was a couple seasons where, in my opinion, it felt like alt season, and I hit monetary goals ahead of expected schedule, and then sold the entire altcoin bags when they hit these levels. Like a great example is literal like hardcore vaporware internet computer token.
Yeah,
and
big one.
This thing, if you look at it, it had a run that I was 100% involved with. I've backed up the truck on this thing, and I G'd it at, I think it was like $16.50 where I was able to sell this thing at, and I bought it for $3. But
smasher, dude.
I mean, dude, this is I didn't catch like the ultimate peak on this thing, but it ran by 625%.
Zcash, Dash.
Right.
Monero.
Let's look at Dash. Yeah. Because I'm so annoyed by the narrative that nothing went good for any of the altcoins. That's not true. Like when you guys are involved with an altcoin,
River.
Let's look at this. 645% on Dash. River, a brand new one. That's actually a new one that's still cooking.
Arthur Hayes, dude, it's Arthur Hayes' project. He's backing this bad boy, dude. I'm talking from $10 to $100. I mean, there was an alt season, guys, and it really is sad that crypto in this environment has really changed. This is probably the most gruesome cycle that I've been in, dude, because it's been not promises kept, promising, you know what I mean? What's that saying? Promises made, promises kept. But at the end of the tunnel here, guys, we are entering the phase of true utility, Bitcoin becoming a true asset. We are barely getting the framework for Bitcoin to become out of its adolescent stage. Bitcoin is still a very, very, very adolescent asset. It is not a mature asset. I've said this multiple times on the stream. Bitcoin, with its ETFs, its new framework, with the new bills being passed, it was barely labeled a commodity. I think we're rushing into this a little. I can't hear you. Oh, are you muted? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. You're muted.
TJ was
okay. No,
here,
all right, yeah. So it's not a mature asset yet, guys. And but if people were to just step back and say, okay, neither was Amazon.
100%. Absolutely.
Neither was Amazon.
Pulled back by like 90%, like early on in its lifespan.
Neither was Google. Neither was cell phones. And these things are part of our every single day life now. and Bitcoin will come out of once we truly I'm going to give us 5 years, dude. And again, if I don't have plans to sell my Bitcoin, like you plan on giving it to your kids, I plan on giving it to my kids.
Mm.
I'm excited to be able to say, I don't need it here and now. Okay, this is why I day trade. I want this framework to be completed. I want Bitcoin to come into these 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s again.
Right.
Because I do see the vision, dude. I know that Bitcoin is going to have a trading pair against the stock market. And you said it, BlackRock, DZ, TJ, they are going to tokenize everything. And these markets are going to run 24/7.
Right.
And I can't wait to see what Bitcoin's going to touch. 5, 6, 700 grand. Dude, everyone, dude, in 5 years, DZ, Drew, we're going to be looking at this going, bro, remember we had these talks, bro? Bitcoin
I know. I love
50.
covering crypto when it's like a good time to buy, dude. And you love this. I know you love the volatility for sure. But like my spot Bitcoin mind for my kids is so happy right now. Dude. And I compare it to the contrast of this sea of consistent pain and complaints all over the place. It's like somehow most of crypto Twitter top blasted everything, right? I don't know how it happened. It was just, and I think someone in the chat said it, people just got too greedy, right? I think people just got way too greedy. I admittedly got too greedy on the Trump meme coin. I did. I 100% did, because I bought it like the night it came out for like $5. I woke up like a few days later and it was $77. And I was like, nah, it's going to $100, right?
Well, it's the other thing too, guys, please understand, until this utility cycle truly comes, cryptocurrency is a cash cow. And and just understand how to be disciplined, strategize, and then execute. But I would also say too, man, that it's okay if it's a cash cow. Bitcoin is forever. Ethereum, Solana, I would say, BNB, these strong projects are killer projects. But guys, when you guys are buying some of these things and these ideas and these narratives, you're buying them to sell it higher than others. Yeah. And so I don't want to say it rudely, but it's me versus you.
And that's why you only bottom blast charts, right? Like you don't top blast anything, no matter how good it is. No. And I will disagree with you on one point, but I want to disagree with you, and then I want to look at your Bitcoin dominance thing. Generally, I think your range is reasonable, but I think we're going to be able to have some re-momentum. And this, I don't think it's going to go straight up in a green line, within this year. But I do feel like what institutions are doing is tapping into this liquidity, be it if it is low 60s, if we end up bouncing off 65, whatever it might be. I think that the liquidity tap in this zone is very likely. I do feel like the business metrics, the ISM data, and the macroeconomic situation in America is improving at a very fast velocity right now. And the ISM data also overlays with when Bitcoin has pumped through every single cycle. So I do think that 2026 is going to cause a lot of people to wait for lower lows, business activity. Because think about this. It's either America allows the economic engine to basically come to a halt right as they're on the heels of World War III at actual, or they push the economy back into play just like the New Deal and the World War II timeframes. This is where 100-year, and this is my analysis, I call this the New Deal. I call this World War III that we're actively in right now. I think when we look at this 40, 50 years from now, this is going to be called World War III. But I don't think that America's economy is going to go quietly into the night, especially with Trump. I think they're going to try to do everything that they can to make things look good during the midterm elections coming up, because the Trump camp is behind.
Do you agree that momentum got ahead of the carriage?
Momentum absolutely did. Look at, we hit all-time highs ahead of schedule. Right.
Yeah. Well, that
absolutely did.
Let me just put another one on you guys.
Guys,
Trump's only been president for 1 year.
That's true.
I mean, it's only been one. Guys, we're barely coming up for
that is true.
It's only been 1 year. I think that we just guys, I mean, for fuck's
No,
sake.
you put it that way. It is pretty funny to think about. Like, this has only been, has it really only been a year? I guess so. I guess it has only
January
been a year.
20th, dude. We're going on 14 days from 1 year.
God
I
damn.
mean,
That's great. It's been a hell of a year.
It's been
this
a
year felt
hell
like 5.
of a year, Drew. I mean, bro, this has been it's only been 1 fucking year, man. And everybody, I mean, when we think about this, everybody just kind of needs to sit back and let the framework happen, because this has been nuts, bro. What we've witnessed. Never in history has this guy he's checking.
I think what makes it feel like it's been longer is Trump goes live like every single day.
Every day.
And
it's always
like,
something, dude.
We have like 3 or 4 executive live streams out of the White House per week. Like Joe Biden was just like that uncle or grandpa.
He's gonna talk every 90 days, you know?
Yeah, like we'd see him like pop back up like every couple of months. Like he's still alive, you know what I mean? But like Trump is like, I'm going live again today for war with Venezuela and Iran, and I'm gonna build Trump Plaza East in Gaza. It's gonna be huge. Have you seen the hotels that Jared Kushner is getting ready for?
Dude, it's and I gotta tell you, man, I had to make the adjustment for myself. I lost a lot of money, dude, from January 6th to January 20th to that following month, dude. I lost probably about $150,000 due to my trades. And I'm like, you know what? This shit is out of control. 300% tariffs, 10% tariffs, no tariffs, 90 days. Right. Here we go. We got to reset. Oh, let's make a deal. No, I'm not going to adjust. Oh, it's on. They better talk good. Out of nowhere. Here we go. We're going in. Let's have fighter jets fly over Putin. Let's have freaking Maduro taken. I mean, dude, it's been 1 year, and I'm just telling you, I've had to adjust my style of trading to this volatility because, again, I'm done getting wrecked. And so now that we've dialed it in, all I could say though is that thank God for Discover Crypto, because you guys are true believers. And I know TJ is a diehard, man. That boy's stacking. He is gung-ho Bitcoin. He is gung-ho Aave. I mean, Aave, there's nothing wrong with Aave. It's just that it's attached to the lending protocols that are attached to the biggest asset of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So think about that.
Internal of Aave can get a little bit muddy because like the DAO is arguing for token control.
Yeah.
And, it's between, so it got a little bit muddy, but honestly, that gives,
because it's growth.
Yeah, that's true. It is growing beyond the realm where it started at. I was kind of laughing about the quaint $32 million house that Stani just picked up for himself. It's very humble of him to do so as the market goes to hell in a handbasket. Very humble guy, friend of the channel. Please confirm or deny that Crank is the voice of Jeff from American Dad. I might have to overlay those. Have you ever seen that American Dad show?
But I don't know who. Yeah, but I don't know who Jeff is.
We're gonna review that. We're gonna review that on another episode. I do want to give you a chance to kind of dive into Bitcoin dominance. I see that you have it pulled up here, and I'd like to view what you're looking at here on Bitcoin dominance in general.
Another leg up for the final top, man. Another leg up, dude. I hope I'm wrong, dude, because again, you're gonna get that opportunity to get that $6 chain, guys. If I'm telling you that Bitcoin can come down another 15% to get into these targets, then your altcoins have another 30% to roll. You know what I mean? He's got another 30% to roll, man. So I want to see if Bitcoin starts filling this wick. If this thing goes up another 6%, then Bitcoin's coming down that other 15-20%. You know what I mean? That I'm talking about pretty easily with altcoins. And the big player though right now, dude, you nailed it, dude. Look at this.
I know.
It has not been a cycle, dude. The old school, I thought about let's try to focus on BNB BTC, ETH BTC, Link BTC. No, that hasn't been the game, bro. People aren't selling their altcoins anymore for these they're not selling, the whales are not selling Bitcoin for these altcoins anymore.
Yeah.
These Tether, USDC, it's been, dude, look at this chart is on.
Well, they can earn yield on it too, right?
Big yields, dude. Yes. Some of these exchanges, because there's so much volume in the trading world, dude, they're giving out 30, 40, 60, 180% introductories. It's surreal what's going on in the stable coin market, dude. On the 30-minute, look at this, dude. Bitcoin's coming down, baby. Look at this. This has been explaining it all. Yesterday, when we dumped, All right. When we had this pump yesterday and we came up just right here into this golden pocket, I was shorting Bitcoin, baby. I was taking these shorts. When this popped, I took the short. And this thing,
Okay.
if you really want to know the sauce just for day
Yeah.
trading, and there's a guy named Trader Geo. He calls himself
I
the
like
king
that
of
guy.
USDT.
I like Trader
But,
Geo a lot.
my big wins, all of that 300 G's from January, it's because I am watching USDT like a hawk. And when this thing's dumping or pumping, I am on strictly Bitcoin and ETH. I am not trading. I haven't been trading anything else because my altcoins have just been getting pummeled with no liquidity for me to trade them against altcoins to Bitcoin. So it's really just Bitcoin versus USDT, Solana versus USDT. This has been the sauce, dude. And shout out to him, dude. He's been nailing it. And again, look at this, bro. It's on a terror.
This is where people get it all up on, the market cap going up, but these altcoins losing mind share. This is where the money's going. It's Tether, right? And USDC. The money is going into these stable coins for the yield. What is the yield on? Like 6%, 4% or something like that? Like,
I'm getting, with my Bitcoin card and everything, I'm getting well over 4.5% right now on Bitcoin, but on a Coinbase Pro member, dude, yeah, we're getting close to 5% right now, dude.
Exactly.
Just sitting there.
Exactly.
And so, dude, this doesn't look like a top to me, brother. And the reason I say that, it's is barely just breaking out of this downtrend.
It's so sad. Like, the favorite crypto in this environment is Bitcoin and Tether. I hate to say it, but and there's some altcoins that give me like slight FOMO. But this alt season I was gonna get a Resvani. Do you know what the Resvani is? It was like,
I'd love to drop $500-600 grand for a military Resvani,
right?
Dude, EMP proof. Yeah, bro.
I know. But I did. Okay, so I got the lesser version. I got the TRD Sequoia, which I'm still really happy about. I fucking love that thing. It was right behind the Resvani. I don't care about any of the other cars. I'm a Toyota Maxi. The only thing that could get me off my Toyota maximalism was the Resvani. But I also did worry about replacement parts for that thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like a tire is probably like 10 G's or whatever. But
for a Resvani, just understand the guts of that thing is just a Hellcat.
That's crazy. Are you serious?
Yeah, look at it. Whenever they build it, dude, it's actually a Hellcat motor, dude.
Oh shit.
That's why it's got that 700-800 horsepower.
Okay, well, that's good to know. And let's swim through other things. Let's actually swim through some of the more chaotic things that I wanted to cover on today's show. I think we did a pretty good job covering the markets. So, have you seen all the iguanas that froze in Florida?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I have family that lives in Florida, and if you ever walk the beach, dude, you think you got this big ass dead lizard. And about an hour later, dude, that sucker's back on his legs, and you're like, dude, that fucker just came back to life. They just flopped, dude. It
is currently so cold here in South Florida that iguanas.
Just some context. He goes around finding iguanas that have fallen to the ground, and let's just see. Okay, and I just want to start it this way. When life gives you lemons, sometimes you make lemonade. When life gives you frozen iguanas, sometimes you make tacos. Okay, so let's have a watch.
Iguanas like this one are falling out of the trees. So today, we're making iguana tacos. Green iguanas are an invasive species here in South Florida that compete with our native wildlife for resources. But because they're not from here, they aren't adapted to the cold. So when we get these cold fronts, they become too cold and they fall straight out of the trees. Whenever we have these cold fronts and they start falling down, a lot of people will go out and collect them to help control the number in the population. But they do have the nickname chicken of the trees because they're absolutely delicious. So rather than let this one go to waste, we're going to make tacos. This next part I'm not going to show because I don't want the video to get taken down, but we have to humanely dispatch and clean this guy. It's a good thing I managed to remove this one when I did, because inside I found over 20 eggs.
The eggs are crazy. I did not expect the eggs to look like cherry tomatoes either.
That's what I was going to say. Cherry tomatoes, dude. Look, dude, this boy's about to eat iguana tacos.
So by removing this one iguana, we've actually saved the environment from over 20 iguanas come spring. And you guys know that I like to waste as little as possible. So in addition to making the tacos, I'm also going to try to preserve the skin. And any leftovers are used as crab trap bait, so zero waste. First things first, I filled the pot with water and added onion, garlic, a bay, salt, and lime juice and gave it a good mix. Once it was iguana tacos.
Product though, kind of looks delicious. Okay. Would you guys eat an iguana taco? I just want to know.
Throw a boat ton of freaking Choco seasoning on it. You won't know the difference.
That's
dude.
true. That is
throw a bunch of
true.
taco seasoning on anything, and
That is
I want
absolutely
to hear
true.
what the
Those did look like Dragon Ball legs too,
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
did.
Biddy is fighting right now. I guess you're pulling me back into the charts here. Let's see. What are we at? 72.3 right now. Yep. 72.3 right now on Bitcoin. So it's getting feisty. Lord love a duck. And this is, you know what? I love this. I love cheaper Bitcoin. So I'm happy. I'm actually probably going to buy a little bit more as we get closer to this. This is basically where I'm gonna just unleash all hell of my tether onto spot Bitcoin at 67. If I don't get the entry point, then I'll just trade with the tether or whatever.
Just also understand to the panel, guys, that bottoms are made through they're not V shapes. Bottoms are made through accumulation. If we were to look at this, bottoms are made through something like this, guys. Bottoms are made through this. These are bottoms, okay, guys? Look at how grueling it is. These are bottoms.
Yeah.
These long stretches are this is how these are bottoms as we just keep doing this. And so I just want to remind everybody, I'm not bearish. I'm being realistic. This is 174 days of something like this. Easily. I mean, we could just see bottoms. I mean, if we come down 174 days, July. Do you see what I'm saying? As we go down to the right, we just slowly accumulate. But I don't think that this is a V-shaped recovery environment. Like I said, so yeah, I'm gonna be playing it accordingly. We're gonna be walking through it throughout the year, me and you, man, and we're just gonna stay.
This is the time I have fun.
Dialed in. Yeah.
I hate the time frames where I feel like I'm chasing green candles, not only on Bitcoin, but then vaporware goes nuts, and then everyone comes in. They're like, Drew, why don't you have this vaporware product that I bought? And I'm up by 20% after a giant green candle. And then the next day they come back to the chat and the thing has died and they're mad about it, right? It's just
somebody had a question for you about Chainlink.
Chainlink is absolutely at risk of going back down to $7-8, right? I mean, like we're pretty damn close to it right now. What
do you think? Are you still holding? I'm still holding.
I took a little bit off the table. I absolutely did take a little bit off the table and just swapped it into Bitcoin.
How are you feeling as far as, like just the project in general? Are you still a believer? Like, I mean, I know a lot of people have died out on Ondo. A lot of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
man?
Chainlink from a use case perspective is still valid and it's still a necessity. Like, we and you had a good conversation about like when Google comes out with their own Oracle, will Chainlink be needed? No, right? How far we are from that time frame is probably, if ever, 5-10 years from now. So Chainlink's use case for crypto is still there, but the top end of this channel, dude, like it's undeniable.
Into that far left right there. Anything in that price is that huge accumulation, dude, is a steal. That's where I made a boat ton of money right in there.
Absolutely. And I was able to I exercised patience when we were here and I was able to get it in the mid fives, right? Which was great. But the main points where I bought Chainlink were actually right here. So I have a much different perspective on, protecting myself, rolling some into, Bitcoin or getting my Sequoia. I have a much different perspective because most of the
buying something.
Right. I bought it at $1.90, right? So if I'm looking at, okay, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. I got to get a new truck. I want a Sequoia. I got to get a new house and shit like that. This is my circumstance. And it's only because I've been in this thing since 2019 or 2020 or whatever, that is a little different for me. But where price can defend itself is probably the top end of this channel, right? And that comes in at about $8. If things get really frisky and we go to World War III actual and everyone admits that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, then you can look at the guts of this channel for sure. But in general, I think Chainlink is here to stay. I think Solana's here to stay. I think a lot of these altcoins are going to die. And so when I think about like what I'm comfortable with talking about or covering in this environment, Chainlink is on a short list of things that I can say, yes, I'm willing to look at this chart in an earnest manner to see where actually might be a good entry point. Generally speaking, Ethereum,
I'd like to hear your target for Solana. I got a target for
$8 is where I
Solana.
was, thinking it can defend itself. But I feel like you were looking a little bit lower in like the 40s or 50s, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking like $80 can be defense point for Solana, but if we do go, let's say Chainlink goes
Just because
into the
95 was already there. That's if we butter through this like Bitcoin's doing right now. Bitcoin has not bottomed. We want to see.
Holy shit, we're at $90 for Solana literally right now.
Hobie, I'm telling you, this is gonna get.
Oh my god,
this is just coming to reality, baby. We're coming back down to reality.
God, bro.
I wanted to say it because I knew you were gonna pull it up, and I'm like,
yeah,
80
No,
bucks,
this is surprising. This is surprising that we're viciously. God damn, Crank, the new truck indicator. The new truck indicator. It's the only thing that matters in crypto, dude. You guys be careful. The next time I buy a truck, you could be fucking careful. I'm telling you right now. This is sketchy looking at this.
Dude. I was all happy, bro. I bought my dream truck after last month's profits.
What'd you get?
All happy. I got a 25 F350 limited, and it's got about 35 grand worth of modification, Carly lift, front rear bumpers, 37s, 18s, light bars. I mean, I have to send you a picture, brother, but it's bad to the core.
Dude, that's sick. I'm turning the Sequoia into an overland vehicle. That's the general
sick, dude.
Because like eventually the babies will be able to climb the ladder and go up to the rooftop camper setup. But that's something I meant to do to my FJ Cruiser, and then I ended up getting rid of the FJ, because I needed more seats. And Jesus Christ, I can't get over this Solana chart. Holy God, man, we are absolutely.
I wanted to pop it open, dude. Absolutely.
So, are you targeting the top end of this, basically like 58, like this pump two moment here?
Yeah, pull a fib real quick, brother. We'll do it together since you're doing it. Pull that fib from the bear market lows to the top.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's fib it out.
Let's pull your fib. Pull that fib, baby. Very top one. Nope, very top one. You want to do the very top one?
Oh, fine.
Oh, I see what you're gonna do the trend base, but yeah, from very top. Boom! Look at that, right in there, dude.
All right, $70 is where that 078 comes in.
But then we go into that accumulation phase that I'm talking about, just to slow down and to the right. We slow the pace down, and then we can. So I got those $50, man.
I'm like, just a slow grind down, and zip it out, and then start
rounding out in there, or we dip below the 618 and then we start rounding out, man, again. So but yeah, that's a very easy target for Solana.
Wow.
Dude, we're already at we're about to just
I mean, Solana went to like $8 during the bear market last time. It did get absolutely bludgeoned. Shout out to Trump meme coin too for marking the literal exact peak here at $295. That was the night that Trump released the Trump meme coin, is where Solana had its blow off top. Oh my God. You know what? I think Solana is going to be around for a while. So I hope you're right.
Crazy now, do I, buddy?
I'm going to hear you out. And instead of looking at this range, because this range, we're hitting it too early. Like, we're not ready to dig ourselves out of this. I'm going to look more like maybe like 70s, high 60s, like that 786 looks kind of like a reasonable spot to re-enter, like $70.
I'd say just to get a bounce, and then we got to see how it reacts. It's all
right,
if then scenario. Like the other thing too, man, I really like trading and projects that the whales like to attach to is it's gonna be like Litecoin, dude. Get ready to see that $40 Litecoin again. We're already back down to Bro, we're at $57 right now. We were just at 80, dude.
Oh my God, bro.
God,
I gotta go look at the altcoin market a little bit more. It sounds like we're going down and running around. You know what? I'm gonna have a death metal album ready soon, and that's gonna be my next intro. It's gonna be heavy metal vibes going into this. Cosmos is gonna die. MYX is a complete scam.
Zcash is back to 250s.
What's that?
Zcash is back to 250.
Is it really? What do you think of this Canton thing? Because I'm still really up on Canton.
I would dust it, man. It's gonna take its bath as well. I would dust it right now. Just saying, I would probably take 75% off. And then if you, here's the thing, dude, about this next cycle that we're about to have. All right. We had ISO 2022 or whatever. And we thought that was going to be the play. And then we said, oh, well, Chainlink with Linea was going to be the play.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, months before this, we thought, okay, well, people are starting to create like Antarctic, and people were hitting me up about the decentralized exchange. And out of nowhere, Hyperliquid comes in, baby, and goes from $10 to 50, top 10 token in 2 months. Hyperliquid's a serious player, a serious competitor, dude, for Binance. Serious competitor.
Yeah.
And then here we go out of nowhere. Canton Network comes in and just goes ballistic. I think that you said that maybe Google might create its Oracle. I think it's already created.
You think
Canton
so?
came up at, oh yeah. I'm a little worried, bro, because we don't know those projects that are going to get those institutional backings. They're not going to allow the degens like us to get in until it's already in. It's already set. They hate our guts. So I'm saying, dude, I wouldn't be surprised this next cycle, that next Canton pops up, that next Oracle, that next AMM. It's gonna be on, dog. It's gonna be crazy, and we're gonna be like, me and you, we're gonna be in it. You're gonna see it, but I'm like, dude, I hope so. I got a lot of Chainlink. These fuckers, I'm all. Look at this, dude. I mean, 260 Zcash. I'm looking. I mean, Hyperliquid's been bucking the system. It's redoing its model again. Hyperliquid is a serious. You guys got to remember, on a $19 billion liquidation event with Binance, $9 billion of it was on Hype. Hype is a player, dude. They
got half of that action.
Yeah, you didn't know that? That $9 billion out of that $19 billion liquidation event from Binance, $9 billion of it was Hype in the futures market. And now they're talking about doing, here's what's even crazier, dude. The big thing has been certain crypto exchanges now listing metals and then tickers based to stocks.
We're tokenizing everything. That's not crypto. Get fucked.
Dude, no, they're tokenizing all the paper products. But here's what's crazy, dude. I had some posts on my X, and I'm like, guys, it's hilarious that crypto is so dead that the crypto exchanges are now listing gold and silver with 100x leverage.
It's crazy.
$600 moves on gold and silver, and now they're trying to get tickers for Tesla, for GameStop, and throwing those on the crypto exchange. Hyperliquid said, "Give me a piece. We want a piece of that action. We want our whales on that." So, lots to look forward to, man. Lots to look forward to. What else do you got, man, on your tabs, man?
Oh shit, man. I mean, like, I'm up by like 100% or more on this Canton thing. You might be right, dude. You might be right, because I'm up 100%. I bought like I originally bought it like 11 cents and then really backed the truck up at 7. And now it's at 17, 18 cents. And fuck, man. I mean, maybe I'll just get more Bitcoin, right? Maybe I'll just get more Bitcoin.
I hate to say it, dude, but I TP out very early, and and you know what? You're gonna look like a fool for maybe a month, dude. And then when things start fucking rolling down, and then all of a sudden you're the one.
Well, and that's the feeling.
Like,
I'm an idiot. Everyone says that this is going to $1 million a piece, right? Like, I'm an idiot. The only thing that's going to $1 million is Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin. I think a lot of these other things are just fly by the night plays. But
I want to tell you too, man, I hit my first viral moment. I was pretty excited. I had one of my posts hit 128,000 views.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was my first little viral moment, dude. I closed my Bitcoin short from 124,800 at 77,000. And it did, man. It ended up getting 129,000
That's
views.
Awesome.
And
good job, dude. Deezy just went super viral covering the kid who stole all the Bitcoin from his dad, who worked for the government, like holding Bitcoin for the government.
Did he blow up? Did he gain a bunch of followers? Did he?
Yeah, our channel's on fire. We got millions of views out of it, and I mean, we're crushing it. So that's refreshing, right? That's refreshing in this environment. Huge shout out to you for coming on the show, though. I saw some people asking where they can follow you, Crank. Where can people follow you, all your socials and everything?
Yeah, just follow me over on X at Real Crypto Crank, and then also follow me on YouTube, guys. We do the scalping shows. We do a lot of different content, and it's mostly trading, guys. I love coming on. Make sure to follow Discover Crypto. Make sure to get into the Discord. I'm floating around in there as well. But make sure, guys, in this particular market, get the right information, get the knowledge, and if you want to day trade, jump on into both the channels, man. But yeah, get on over, man, to follow Drew if you guys are.
I love our
wherever you
conversation
wanna
because
be.
we have like just enough discourse where we can really kind of test each other's theories and stuff like that. This is a
I love
very
it,
healthy
dude.
conversation. So
I love it because I don't want to just be bearish, bro. And I want to say, okay, you know what? And this is something that, even me and Josh talk about.
Mhm.
I do a lot of streams with Josh, and he's like, Crank, man, thanks for just keeping planted. You don't change. You're like numb to this shit. And I'm like, dude, I've lost so much money, dude. And now it's just strictly TA.
yeah.
I'll be euphoric when we get back above $92,000 and I'll start enjoying this, or
Yeah.
really over 108s. But until then, dude, I would really be focusing on Bitcoin, guys. Don't make the same mistake twice. Benjamin Cowan called it. It is still not alt season. It is still not time to buy with USDC dominance and BTC for altcoins. If Bitcoin does hit these targets towards 50, 60 grand, you need to buy Bitcoin. It's so much easier for Bitcoin to go from 50 to 100K than it is for Ethereum to go from 2 to 4.
Right.
Don't make this mistake a second time.
Right, because you need like animal spirits and retardation to
rain
take over.
dances.
You need all those things. You need the whole retarded pie to be made for altcoins to do what they do. So much love to you, Crank.
Thank you.
Make
Much
sure to
love,
give him a
brother.
follow. Huge appreciation for you coming on the show. Everyone out there watching this right now, don't let the fear take hold of you. Be the Giga Chad that buys the lows and sells the tops. That is how we win in crypto. I love you guys. Repost the show. Go follow Crypto Crank, and I will see you on the next episode.